Greetings, everybody. Let's talk about how returns compare when selling put options on TQQQ with different expiration dates. As of Friday, May 3rd, 2024, TQQQ closed at $56.70 per share. Now let's say someone has $5,500 to invest and they decide to sell a put with a $55 strike price. Here we have three real put option contract numbers as of the most recent market close. But let's make these numbers easier to read and understand. Today is May 4th, 2024, and here are three options. You can sell a put that expires on June 7th and collect $263 for it. Or you can sell a put that expires on September 20th and get $604 for it. Or you can sell a put that expires on December 20th and get $814 for it. Based off this information, which would you choose? Now, I don't think there's a right or a wrong answer, but let's dig deeper into the numbers. Which of these options provides the highest return? If we go based off the one that pays more, then the December one provides the highest return. However, consider this. If we take into account the amount of money you receive for the amount of time you have your $5,500 tied up in the contract, you actually get a higher yield on your money from the contract that expires in June. Because if you can make $263 off $5,500 in 1.1 months, that would be equal to making 49% off your money in a year. The way that's calculated is you find out how many days there are between now and when the contract expires, and you use that number of days to find out how much money you're making per day based off the premium you received. And then you multiply the amount you make per day by 365 days to see what you would make in a year, and then divide that number by the amount of capital used. Anyway, before we get too excited about the prospects of a 49% annual return, let's talk about the risk and why the yield is so much higher. If we consider the break-even price, which is how far TQQQ can drop while still keeping you even, that is, without a loss, we can see why the shorter duration contract provides a higher yield. With the June contract, even though the annual yield would be 49%, if you were to repeat the process for a year without getting assigned, the break-even price is only $52.37. This means that if TQQQ were to drop below $52.37 and you got assigned the shares, you would be at a loss even though you had received $263 for selling the contract. Whereas with the December contract, even though the yield is less, TQQQ could drop all the way to $46.86 and you would still not be at a loss. The way the break-even price is calculated is you subtract the premium from the amount of money used for the put and then divide by 100. 100 representing the amount of shares you would have if you got assigned. But I think most, if not all, brokerages / trading platforms would probably calculate the break-even price for you and let you know what it is before you finalize the selling of a put. In conclusion, when comparing and selling puts with identical strike prices, the puts with shorter durations, that is, the ones that expire sooner, have higher yields, if you can avoid being put / assigned the shares. But they are also riskier in a way compared to longer term puts because there isn't as much wiggle room for the stock or ETF to drop before you would be at a loss if the stock or ETF were to drop and you got assigned the shares. Good luck, everybody.